Live from PATV Studios, it's the Lyle Style Show. And now, the man with the most style, it's your host, Lyle Style.
Hey, welcome again to our beautiful edition of the Lyle Style Show. She was on my show, the first part of my show, Irlene Mandrell, the superstar, country music person. She's back here again talking to me while Lyle Style. Wow, I mean, I have her back again. She agreed to come back and talk to us a little bit, so I really appreciate it. So I just want to introduce y'all to Irlene. Thank you again for coming back on the show. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, and thank you for the introduction.
Well, I appreciate it.
So nice.
I appreciate. I mean that. I mean, I tell you, people will see you, and I know you probably get this compliment that you really don't look the age that you are, and you're really about in your 30s. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. You look.
Oh no, thank you.
You look marvelous, young lady. Marvelous. We talked a little bit about when you were on the show earlier about a little bit about your career and how you started in country music, and how you brought up with your sisters, and y'all did television, one of the first families to do television, back in the day. And so now we talked a little bit earlier. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about you and what do you think the difference in the country music scene, versus when you first started out into how it is now?
I was talking to this about this kind of recently. Well, I guess when you get together with some of the people that have been around a little while, and before I was really doing anything other than playing drums with my sister Barbara, but we would travel in the bus, and she would be promoting her song, and you can call a radio station that you find out that you're near, or that you hear them play your song and you call them and talk to them, but basically you say, hey, I'm in the area, and if you like, we'll stop over. And they would just go, we drove up this one little station, and the guy was out sweeping the porch. He was so excited. But you could go to these radio stations, and they're just excited to see you. They'll play your record, they'll do an interview, and it means a lot. It would mean a lot to them. Nowadays, most of the radio stations are all owned by some big company, and they're pre-programmed on what they're going to play, and most of them don't take requests. Whenever before you could have people just calling in and requesting your songs, and then how many times, and nowadays too, however many times your song is played will get scheduled, be part of on the credit that you get in the charts. Some of that has to do with airplay. But most of the times people can't request it, so you get the airplay according to what the big music directors want to schedule. So that's not the case everywhere, but that's the case a lot. To me, that's one of the biggest changes, so it's harder for people to just work real hard and go places and call all the radio stations and get promoted. It's more done through channels, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
And so that's a big difference. So it loses a little bit of the personal touch there. A lot of people talk about the differences in music, but I don't know. I know that when we had our show, a big thing, and a lot of people may not remember, was do you remember the Urban Cowboy movie?
Yeah, right, yes.
With John Travolta?
John Travolta, yes.
Well, that was really big at the time, so of course the Mickey Gilley and all that was huge. And that was a big cowboy movement. And but you also had like the Outlaws, which would have been Willie Nelson. He's still around, but Waylon Jennings, Jesse Cole, and then Ray Price. It had fiddles, and it might have had a western swing, but it still sounded very pop. Lynn Anderson, back when she did Rose Garden, that was pop. It was country, but it had that,
Yes.
And then Barbara did one of the first songs she did. She now has had I Was Country When Country Wasn't Cool, and true that she played country music and sang very country from young. But when she started recording, she did Otis Redding. One of her first songs was I've Been Loving You Too Long to Stop Now. And she became kind of bluesy. And so I see that there was a big variety within country music back when. Ricky Skaggs is country, but kind of bluegrassy country.
Yeah, right.
There's just a big variety. So I see that now. I still see that. But over the years, when things changed, well, what was kind of a country rock back then will be even more exaggerated now, right?
Yes, yes.
So some people say we're losing our flair in country music. Well, we have lost some of the country voices, as like we lost George Jones, we lost Merle Haggard. They were some very distinctive country voices. Johnny Cash.
Right.
So we've lost that, and I don't know who would ever replace. I know Dwight Yoakam sounds like Buck Owens a lot, and they recorded together, and I guess that was his mentor. But we lost so many people. I did, and you and I talked about. I did hee haw for the last 8 years. I'm a very country. I did hee haw for the last 8 years of hee haw. And it ran 25, so I guess even then I was kind of a rookie. But during the years of hee haw, one thing about them, they had the real fun, corny country jokes, but they had a debut for every country artist that started out. I think half of them got their start on hee haw, and even the big artists then would come on and they would get to promote their newest record that was coming out and do it on hee haw, and it was a very well known show. And of course, that's not taping anymore, and a lot of the main people that were on hee haw have passed away since.
Yeah, right.
Roy Clark is still around. I get to see Mr. Clark quite often, and we're actually pretty good friends because I was on the show for so many years. But even before the show, when I was working playing drums with Barbara, we'd do shows that we were on package shows together. And everyone, I guess they know that when you put different acts together, and they call that like a package show. So that's why I got to know a lot of the artists.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. See, that's something I didn't know that's a sort of name for y'all, what y'all did back then in the days. Though, so
that's what we called it. I don't know what they call it now. When they say we're on a package show together, they packed different artists that were packaged together and sold for a show. So I got to know a lot of people on the road, because I started on the road when I was about 11 or 12 playing drums for Barbara.
Okay.
And Louise was just a couple of years older than me, and she was playing bass. So that was a lot of fun. And then, of course, we got to know a lot of different people that we had met over the years, then came on and did the TV show with the sisters and I, which was fun. But I also, we did a lot of the country acts that we already knew that did the show. Barbara would help tell them who to book, because it was out in L.A. They didn't know all the country artists, but it was like Larry Gatlin and the Gatlin brothers.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I remember that.
Was on, Brenda Lee, Dolly Parton. But the ones that I never thought that I would get to meet, because they weren't country artists, I just was in awe of, were like Danny Thomas or Bob Hope.
Oh, yes.
C.J. Thomas.
Right.
And the Snyder from the Dukes of Hazzard, John Schropp.
Oh, yeah. Have you met?
Big show back then.
Have you met him?
Yeah, he was on the show, and I did a little skit with him, and I kind of always played. Well, it wasn't much of a stretch, but I was like playing the dingy one. So when he was on it, I think I did something like I'd go to talk to him and I'd just stare and I couldn't talk or something. I don't know. But anyway.
Oh, wow.
So we had just so much fun, and I've got the chance to meet some incredible people.
Wow, that's because I remember Dukes of Hazzards. That's they still kind of probably air that somewhere on cable TV.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they are. I think I saw it the other day on
Yep.
I don't know how many networks.
And I know they got to do reruns of Hee Haw somewhere out there in the cable.
I think they're rerunning it on RFG, but someone told me they're going in order. I said, okay, well, I'll be on them in about 20 years. Because I was on the last 8, and it's 25, so I'm like, I won't be on for a while.
Yeah. My goodness, you was 8 years of Hee Haw. I mean, that had to be a wonderful a gig for you back then, as you were so young. That had to be wonderful you doing
Well,
that.
it was fun. It was after our show, and our show we would go out, and I wasn't really a dancer. None of us were. We learned to dance every week, and I played drums. I had always played drums, but I had to learn a new solo every week.
Right.
And it's not like you can just play a solo because everything's pre-recorded. You have to go in and record a solo, remember what you played, and then match it.
Oh, shoot.
So that's a lot harder.
Yeah. Nowadays it's a lot different. Well, people do stuff live nowadays, and they can just digital. The internet, the digital world is really fantastic. Yeah, but also now we was talking earlier too a little bit about your modeling. Now people realize that you did a little bit of modeling back in the day.
Well, actually, I did some modeling. It was short-lived because what happened, I got approached to do with someone to do some certain things. I did some local commercials and things like that. But then I did a couple auditions, and there was one was CoverGirl banana shoes, and I got that. And then I did something else for CoverGirl shoes where I went on the road and did a little skit with them and stuff like that. But right after I really kind of got started with that was when we got approached I was doing all of that out of Nashville.
Oh, okay.
And I got approached to do the show, the Barbara Mandrell and the Mandrell Sisters show. We did that audition, and the Mike Douglas did the show. I went out there almost instantly. They had us out there a little over a month before we actually started doing the show because they wanted to work with us on choreographing some things and kind of get the first show ready to actually, get it ready to tape. Because we did some things without a live audience, but we also had a live audience for some of it, and you definitely didn't want to keep doing that. And for anyone that remembers the show, we ended every show with a gospel song, which Barbara kind of insisted on. I don't think back then they were used to that.
Right.
On the road, I always ended every show with a gospel show. That's what we're going to do. And then they saw the letters where people loved it. But right after that, right before the show ended, we did something we called the Good Night.
Okay.
And something would happen that would be slapstick comedy where it would ruin an outfit or destroy a hairdo. And I mean, after a certain point when it didn't matter if rocks started coming or we looked like I was the one always getting in trouble. I guess I accidentally did something that would look like it electrocuted Barbara or something would be crazy.
Oh, wow.
So it would always ruin the gowns and ruin the clothes and all that. They said once it reaches this point in dialogue and you go on, there's no turning back. And it was so much fun because once it is kind of like live because you know that you can't redo it and all that was, I enjoyed that a lot. That was fun.
Oh, yeah, I believe. Oh, I'd sound like that. That would be fun. Now, I know somewhere. Now, okay, let me ask you a question. Did you ever watch yourself on television, or did you ever watch yourself? And when you did your concerts, ever listen to your?
I used to. I used to when Vanessa, my oldest daughter, was younger, and she was, and my youngest daughter was kind of getting older, and she would go back and show some of the tapes to my youngest daughter because we had all the videotapes. So we haven't really watched them in years, but the kids would watch the stuff, and I would look at it. And then there was one time when Louise and I were trying to put together a tape where she was living at this house that had like a little, it wasn't little, it was a pretty big sized theater room. And we started watching them in chorus going, oh my gosh, because we've danced a lot since then and we were just getting started. So we kind of make fun of ourselves, but looking at, well, we came a long way. And it would have been nice, because once we got started, we were learning things and improving and things were getting more polished. But what happened was Barbara had gotten sick and she had throat problems and she really, the only way that she could, we did pre-record. We not only pre-recorded the music, but the singing was pre-recorded.
Oh, wow, okay.
And they did all of this because it was a major television show, and they do that mainly for the sound and everything. So, and you had an orchestra played on some things, and the dance and all that. So all that's done during a certain time. When we get to pre-record, she would have to take a cortisone shot to be able to sing.
Ooh, wow.
And
wow, I didn't know that.
We didn't really have very much time off because even though we only taped it on weekends and then it would show the next weekend, we're like a week ahead, and we would go off week rehearsing Plus, Barbara, she'd try to write out her words when we're having meetings all week and reading the dialogue and whatever, and seeing if we liked the script, because everything was scripted. And then during the week, if we wanted to change something to make it a little more us or whatever, then we'd work on that. So she was talking all the time. So, yeah, if you take a cortisone shot, it might get you through 1 week, but it actually strains your voice worse because it's not making it well. It's just kind of
right, massive.
Hiding it.
Yeah, hiding it. Yeah, but okay, but
Yes.
now, yeah, but that I mean.
So it got to a point where they said the doctor told her, "You do another season, you'll never be able to sing again."
Oh wow, that's
This
so.
is way before she retired.
Yes,
so
yes.
It was like she had to get out of the show, and of course we understood. So that's what happened. We still had really great. The ratings were still really good. And the network still wanted us, but she just
Her voice.
health-wise,
Right. But okay, but that's something that people didn't realize back in the day. Why the show kind of stopped. Now we know the whole story. Now we know the rest of the story. But
yeah. Who was that used to say that?
He was a radio host, man, back in the day.
Right.
Yeah, I remember him.
Of him, but I can't think of his name. I can think of him.
I know. I can see his face. Harvey something. Harvey something.
Yeah,
Harvey something. I can see his face. I'm bad with names. Harvey something, but now it's the rest of the story. That type of thing on his radio show.
Yes.
That was he was.
I think that I can't remember that because he was like a household name.
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was. Yeah, just like Lyle Style is going to be a household name one day. But
yes. You aren't me.
Yeah, well, thank you.
A lot of people.
Yeah. So, but now I want to get back to your album because we got 10 minutes left, and I want to talk a little bit now. Now you're doing this album. What do you want to get? The album release. What do you want to get? Okay, first of all, where can people see the album? Where do people get your album at?
Well, right now we're working on the hard copies, and when that comes out, check Irlene, and Irlene is Irlene.
Right.
Because it sounds like it should be Eileen if you look at it, but it's Irlene.
Right, with two L's.
My dad's Irby, IRBY. Anyway, IrleneMandrell.com. Once the hard copies are printed, I know for sure that you can go there quicker than anywhere else.
Okay.
I can't say for sure. And the other thing right now, it's streaming on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon.
Oh, okay. Streaming. Okay, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. They can go and check out
It's titled Thanks to You.
Okay.
Irlene Mandrell, Thanks to You.
Okay, thanks. That's a beautiful title too. Thanks to you. Now, I mean, because your album was done with such love and such emotion that people are definitely going to get this album, hear this album, and really be touched by it. So, I want to say it's inspirational, and I want to say thank you for doing it.
I hope that they get out of it what I get out of it.
Yes.
Even now that I've heard it when I'm performing and I'm singing the words, I picture the words. I mean, they mean something to me still. It does. It is from heart. You're right.
It is definitely. Now, are you going to be okay? Where can people see you now? Or because I know you'll be performing with your kids pretty soon. What's going on? What's going on with
Irlene? Happens to be in the Nashville area.
Okay.
When we do Lebanon, Tennessee, it's going to be at a theater in Lebanon, November 18th.
Okay.
It'll be a Saturday. So I plan on getting that posted on my Facebook. And there's like 2 Facebook sites, but the one I recommend, I didn't start with someone handed it to me, but the one that I definitely post on it's Irlene Mandrell. It says official.
Okay.
So I try to make sure I post things on it. I'm not performing a lot of places right now. I'll be in Vegas in February for Veterans Breakfast there. Which I did last year, and when they come back, and I'm glad because I've had such a great time with them. So I'm also working real quick. We don't have a lot of time, but the other thing I'm working on for them to watch out for that I will hopefully get out this year, if not soon next year, is a book, and it's called God Reigns Miracles.
Oh, wow, okay.
And the lady who wrote the foreword for me is Brenda Lee. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
And the stories are almost all miracles of either family, well, they're all friends at least, but the family, extended family, and friends.
Okay.
And I just started kind of doing a journal of so many miracles that happened in my family that it has led to a book.
Okay.
And I have a co-writer who's written some inspirational books. And I met him. I'm like, I've got this. I'd love to turn it into a book. And he goes, well, let's do that together. So we've been working on that.
Okay, a book. Okay, so those are wonderful things. Now we want to debut your second song on it's called what's it called? United We Stand.
United We Stand.
Yes, yeah.
And the writer of that, all these came from personal experiences, and he said he was out of the country and he was somewhere he loved, but after a few days he started looking around and he said, I love my country. So
wow.
Some personal words in that one too when you listen to it.
Wow, what a beautiful song. I heard that, but hey, Irlene, thank you for being on the Lyle Style Show. Thank you for being here. You're welcome all the time. Once you come back on the show again to talk about your book when you have that out and about.
I sure will. I love that, and you're wonderful. And also, thanks to everyone watching and listening. And Lyle,
yes.
Don't forget to call me when you come to Nashville.
I will call you. Believe me, I'm coming to Nashville to see y'all, and definitely you get a good interview, with you and your husband and whatnot, and you're going to take me around in Nashville and see all the sites and whatnot. I appreciate it. Thank you again. It was a blessing. I really do appreciate you, and now I'm a fan of your work. So, hey, God bless you and whatnot. Thank you again for being on. Tell your kids that say hello.
I sure will. Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless you too. Okay, take care, and I'll get back with you soon. Okay.
Okay.
Okay then.
Right.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Bye bye. Wow, what a beautiful interview I did with Irlene Mandrell, the Mandrell sisters. Thank y'all for watching my show. I hope y'all got something from this interview with the country superstar singer right here. And keep your dreams alive. She started when she's a kid, but you're never too old to have your dreams. You're never too old to accomplish your dreams in this country. So I want you to never stop searching, never stop discovering your dreams. Reach for the stars like I'm doing. If I could do it with God's help, you could do it too. So God bless you. And I want to say, hey, I'm tired. DW, Denzel, I'm sorry, man. You should have been on the show before, but I had to bump you again. But hey, next time I'm gonna get you on the show again, Denzel. I love you. Hey, call me, man, or I'll call you. Okay. Peace. Keep watching the Lyle Style Show, and don't turn the channel and listen to this music. United We Stand. Bye.
Got our problems, I must confess, but from where I stand, we're still the best. We got baseball, football, NASCAR, and NBA. All the way from the New York Harbor to the San Francisco Bay. From the redneck Riviera to the sands of the Waikiki. From the Golden Gate out in the Golden State to the Statue of Liberty. United we stand, divided we fall. In God we trust, yeah, and justice for all. Well, are we united, divided, or still undecided? Man, we better get on the ball, 'cause united we stand, divided we fall. Better lick our wounds, and I mean soon. We've been hurting long enough. Better get it together, the sooner the better, before the going gets too rough. We better make up our minds before United we stand, divided we fall.